Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content, and today we are going to be talking about if right now is the time to buy Hedera Hashgraph, or should you wait a little bit. So with that being said, let's jump into this juicy content and let's look further into the market. So first off, we are seeing a slight pullback on Bitcoin, currently about 3.25%. Bitcoin still looking at about 2.24% down on the 24-hour period. I am suspecting some more volatile price action to play out later in this week as we do see that bill getting voted on. So who knows what is going to happen with that. We do see most altcoins are down significantly compared to Bitcoin. HBAR is actually one that is down significantly, which we are going to address here shortly. So with that being said, I just want to let you guys know before we get into the juicy content of HBAR, you guys can get on to officialcryptoposters.com right now and buy yourselves whichever HBAR themed poster you'd like. We actually have two right now in order to really scoop up that buy one get one 25% off deal that we are currently running until the end of summer. You guys can get on here and utilize that deal right now. Links will be down in the description below as well as in the comments below. But with that being said, let's look at Hedera Hashgraph. So currently we are down about 5%. We do see that the volume on the 24-hour period dropped 46.49%. We do see that the total market cap dropped about 5%, and the fully diluted market cap dropped 5% as well, obviously. But things are looking like we might be seeing a little bit of a better buying opportunity on HBAR here very soon. So I've been talking to you guys a little bit about Bitcoin, obviously. I discussed how we could see Bitcoin down at possibly about the mid to high $30,000 range. That will most likely happen by the weekend. I'm suspecting that, throughout this week we'll see some, volatile price action. We could see a high of 47K for Bitcoin or around 48K before we do see that drop significantly. So we could see a little bit of a relief rally on HBAR before we do see those lower prices on HBAR itself. So with that being said, let's analyze the overall chart for us. So obviously I've been looking at this chart for quite some time. I've honestly been looking at it for what now seems like forever, right? So currently we are nearly down to this 20-cent zone. This is pretty much the zone from back in the beginning of March. This is actually a significant level, if you will, because this is pre-pump zones. A lot of people are excited once we've seen some price action moving above the 22-cent zone. We since then broke down below it. Now, I was getting more so excited about breaking 23 cents. Again, that is because it will put us back in path for when we were pretty much pre-drop prices. And I do want to get back into that, as well as kind of, sit above the 100 and 200-day MA that we have since then found out that, hey, we are struggling to break that level. Once we actually broke down below the 200-day MA, we've actually been struggling to get above it for a very long time. Every time when we do get a little bit above it, we break down below it. We just seen a little bit of a death cross happen with the 100 and 200-day MA on HBAR, which wasn't anything significant. It wasn't anything to really worry about, as we do see here. But now the 100-day MA is, pretty much coming closer and closer for us to break, which is very good. Now, what I'm personally looking forward to seeing is possibly a pullback on HBAR. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, why? The price action has been, garbage lately, so why would you want another pullback? Well, it just looks like it's looking a little bit weak. We are seeing volume, flow out of it a little bit more. Volume has been significantly lower, which means there's not too much buying pressure on it just yet, which we could see a lot more selling pressure happening later this week or into the weekend, where we could see a price drop significantly on HBAR. We could technically retest the 50-day MA down here at that 18.8 cent zone. Realistically speaking, if I was looking to buy HBAR right now, I would be looking to scoop up some in this zone here, so that 18 to 20 cent zone. I do think that this is a safe bet. I do think that this is a low risk, high reward scenario here. Obviously, if you want to buy below, 23 cents, because this is a big resistance zone that we keep hitting honestly, like this is like an indicator on to whether to sell resistance or buy resistance. Realistically, I mean, I personally sell resistance and buy support. So if anything, I would be looking to buy at 20 cents and then possibly even 18 cents. So I would DCA in here, wait to see if we go lower, and obviously buy down here. But if we are looking forward to seeing Bitcoin, for an example, down at key levels of, I don't know, like 36.3K again to 37.5K, then obviously HBAR would pretty much come down to these levels significantly, depending on if Bitcoin dominance is as high as it has been lately, which if you guys have missed my past videos, Bitcoin dominance is around 50%, roughly. I could actually show you that real quick. So right now, Bitcoin dominance is, I would say, at some key levels, currently at about 47.19%. I said, and excuse me, that we could pretty much jump to about 50% on Bitcoin dominance. Now, if we do see 50% dominance on Bitcoin and Bitcoin starts to fall from 47K down to about 38K, 37K, that is where you would really want to watch out to capitalize on HBAR, because that means that we could even go lower than 18 cents, and I know that a lot of people don't want to hear that right now, but that does mean that we pretty much come back down a little bit, maybe to this demand zone here where I do have marked, or even possibly this demand zone down at 15.7 cents, up to about 18 cents. Now, me personally, what I'm actually looking forward to seeing now, if we don't get that, and say for so the bill that we are seeing basically be passed on Tuesday is good for crypto, then we could see more so of a relief rally where we kind of rally above 23 cents. That would be the bullish scenario. So, these levels aren't guaranteed if we do go higher. For an example, if we settle somewhere up here, right? The pullback would be significantly less, right? We'd most likely pull back to about 23 cents instead, and even at the lowest, 22 cents. So what you would want to basically be seeing if you don't want to buy at these low levels, or say for so you're just tired of the price action on HBAR and you're like, dude, like when are we going to get out of this 20 to 23 cent zone? We've been stuck in it for what seems like forever now. Well, if you want to pretty much, sell up here or something like that, that's what you'd be waiting for, is just kind of us having that relief rally. But say for so you just want to see good price action, you'd be betting on that relief rally happening from this bill. Now again, like I said, with the relief rally, we'll most likely come up, test something up here, and then come back down. And we don't need to necessarily come back down lower than 22 cents. So this would basically be our fall point. So this, major pullback, I don't know if it's going to happen when we're still in this range. I mean, we haven't been able to break out of this range for what seems like forever, but technically it has been only since our actual pump up into that level. It's only been about 10 days, so a little over a week. So nothing too long. Now, if we're going all the way back to here, yeah, that's a little bit longer because we've been in this consolidation pattern for about over 50 days. If we go from the beginning of this, from when we first dropped, it's been significantly longer at about 146 days. And I know a lot of people are getting very impatient on this, but I just want to let you guys know that with impatience or with consolidation like this, technically speaking, and I've seen this pattern play out a lot of times in crypto, and you could even look back to the 2017 and 2018 bull market, is when something kind of consolidates for this long, and say for so we consolidate for a little bit longer, technically the breakout should be insane. And that's when we could talk about those major price moves where, we see $1 plus, where we see, percentages of 1,000, 1,500, 20, 2,000%, whatever, plus percents of pumps. That's basically what would result after something like this. Even kind of going back to, and we'll use the Bitcoin dominance chart, we can go back to Matic, right? So Matic has been one of those assets that I've been watching for a very long time. As you guys know, I've been invested in Matic for quite some time. Now, obviously, this chart is not going to show it, but we could go to Binance, and Binance will actually show it. So we did about a 642% of a pump after only consolidating for 44 days. And if you guys want to get technical with it, we could even go back to this. And, this is January, so this is over 110 days. Realistically, they already seen a price action move, so we could actually go from this move, which would be 73 days, but we already seen a move here as well. So technically speaking, 44 days resulted in a 642% of a pump. Now, say for so we were just not basing this off of techno, say for so we were just going off of math realistically. So 44 days, 146 days, so realistically it's about 3.5 times this. So say for so we do a 3.5 times this, right? That's 6, 12, 18. That's nearly, 2100% of an increase in price. And at 2100% of an increase in price, we'd basically be at, let's see, so we'd basically be at about $5. So realistically, where we were, pretty much saying in between $3 to $6 is my conservative range. So say for so we did do that. Now that's off of just math alone. We're not going to go off of math alone because that just does not play out perfectly like that. If it did, that would be great, but I doubt it's going to do that. But we could say that this is such a little bit of a pump, which did result in a $3 pump, by the way, off of such a small, short amount of time. 44 days of consolidation just for that major pump. So when we look at things that are consolidating for so long and you think that it's never going to move, it's never going anywhere, and you're, feeling frustrated, you're about to sell your bags, just remember that the longer the consolidation, the higher the pump. So with that being said, do I think that right now is a good time to buy HBAR? It's hard to say, right? If you're short term and you don't like to see your bags down, I would wait for a pullback maybe down to this zone because we could see that, especially if Bitcoin plays out perfectly like we are suspecting it to. If this doesn't break this 23-cent zone, then I would say, hey, yeah, we could probably come down lower. But if you don't really care about seeing your bags down just a little bit, I think that this is absolutely low risk, high reward. Like this entire zone from this 23-cent zone down, I think that this is all low risk, high reward in my opinion, especially if you are long term in this market and you're not a day trader. So with that being said, I hope that pretty much answered your questions. I hope that everybody enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. Thank you all for watching. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.